Welcome back to the High Vibe Life podcast with me, Moira Casaba, and I have a treat for you. I've got my friend Tracy Litt in the house today. Tracy, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm pumped.
I am pumped as well. I'm so excited about this conversation. We have so many things to talk about. But first, before we go into all of the fun things that you and I are both obsessed with, tell me, in a nutshell, $1 million question here, who is Tracy Litt? How would you answer that?
Who is Tracy Litt? She is an open heart on legs.
Oh,
she is
so beautiful.
Thank you. She is a vessel for what's true and an expander for women that are called to something bigger and deeper and more.
So good. So good and juicy good. I love that you answered it from like a truth space versus a title space, right? Like this is this is on my business card. But out of curiosity, what is on the business card? How would you say, if somebody asked you in a conference, like, well, what do you do for a living?
Yeah. So I am the founder of the School of Becoming. I am a science and spirituality teacher, a hypnotherapist. I also have 3 teenage, well, they're not teenage anymore. I guess they're college age. So we'll say 3 college age daughters. I'm an international best-selling author, a TED speaker, and I remind women who they are.
Mic drop. First of all, to not lead with that stuff just tells you how unattached from your ego you are, because frankly, that is really badass. I mean, raising three college age daughters might be at the top of that.
I always say of all the accolades, right? Whenever I get introduced or asked this question, undoubtedly the most honorable and the most consciousness raising is being a mother to 3 young women.
Absolutely. I have no doubt about that. No doubt about that. So I'm also always very curious, what led you into this world and the work that you're doing? Because it's not, we're not 17, 18 thinking this is what I want to do with my life. So what led you here?
Yeah. So what's interesting is, in my early 20s, my mother was very into this work. She passed when I was 24. But when I was 20 and 21 and being exposed to people in a circle with crystal wands in my backyard and numerologists at the kitchen table, and she'd be like, come sit, give him your birthday. I'm like, I'm not giving him my birthday. I don't know what you're talking about. Like I couldn't be more disinterested, but seeds were being planted, right? So that's really part of it. Then if you go all the way back into my lineage and the incredible wise Yiddish women that I come from in the generations, when I was a young girl, I had an experience in Israel when I was walking on the sand and light shooting up through my feet and feeling like I was coded and chosen with something. And then, life occurs and I had all the limitations we all have and thought I wasn't good enough and didn't go to college because I didn't think I was smart enough and ended up in a relationship that was beneath me, is not the relationship I'm in now. And through that, kind of climbed the ladder of my own life, landed as a VP of HR, and finally heard my soul at 38 years old. I was like, what? I was like sitting in this beautiful 6-figure, working from home. Nothing was wrong on the outside, right? All of our stories, the thread of awakening. And I was like, what is that? Is that my soul? Am I hearing my soul?
Wow.
And my soul was very clear. She was like, you are here for more. Like you actually have been chosen to do something greater. And the choice is, do you stay comfortable or do you lean all the way into the unknown? And I chose to take that leap. And as a result of that, because it took me 2 years of being paralyzed from taking the leap, and listener, I really want you to hear this. No one has a story where it's a straight shot like an airplane taking off to their success. Nobody. And right. And when I sat there after hearing my soul and having that pull, I did nothing with it for 2 years because I vacillated. I'm excited. I'm going to do this. Who do I think I am? I'm doubling down and going back to school as an adult. what's wrong with you? What if it's too much of a risk? And when I finally took the leap, that's when I started studying deep dive risk perception, the biology of fear, the neurological connection to resistance. And that's been a main part of the body of my work.
So amazing. So amazing. I had that whisper at 37, and again, listeners, like, every one of those giant pivot points that completely redirects our life, I believe, comes with an immense amount of fear, imposter syndrome, faith. There's a risk. There's a huge risk involved. And unfortunately, my life experience has been the greater the risk, the greater the fear, the bigger the transformation that lies on the other side. And I think it's hard for most people to take those leaps of faith and just jump. And you jumped and I jumped, and it's been an extraordinary ride of ups and downs ever since. So wow. Okay. So tell me, I know there's so many rabbit holes that we could go down, but first of all, let's go back to just your journey. What did this look like education wise? And then the transition from learning it for yourself to teaching it to others and kind of transforming this into a business that pays. What did that look like?
Yeah, thank you. So I went back to school at 38. And I went to an incredible coaching school, IPEC, IPEC is the acronym. And it was a really great, I call it like your bachelor's degree, right? Your general coaching education, which was really important. And then after I left from there, I was craving something deeper. So I went back to school again and I became a hypnotherapist. Then after I did that, and I was serving clients the whole time because I have taught my nervous system to feel safe in the unknown, which is one of the things we do at the school, so that I could continuously do what my mind was like, you're crazy. Yeah. But my body was like, we're going to go do this because I was giving it safety along the way. So as I was working with my clients, I was noticing things I was doing to become her, right? My next level she. Yep. So then I started reverse engineering what I was doing, like micro. And then I went back to school again and I got certified in neurology. And all the while I was learning, right? I was like as disinterested in school as I was in high school is as obsessive. Yeah. And like I couldn't get enough of understanding human potential, spirituality, frequency, energetics. It's astonishing to me that we're 99.99999% energy, right? Yeah. And only 0.0001% matter. Yeah. But we treat ourselves like matter 99% of the time.
Absolutely.
Right?
I mean, think about the physical diet culture. Not that there's anything wrong with the health industry. I love the health industry. But think about the personal trainers, the yoga studios, the gyms, the nutritionists, like every single block. And then the gaping holes of people that are coaching on our energy and our spirituality and our vibration. And I think there's a huge shift happening, thank goodness. But you said, this is 99.99999% of us that we need to pay more attention to.
We do. And it's what's driving the whole show. So part of the work became, I was treating myself like the energy I was. So then I started to reverse engineer and teach the women I was serving how to treat themselves like energy. And all of it ended up developing into our intellectual property at the School of Becoming, known as neuro identity evolution. And what that ultimately is, because you cannot put tools and hacks and affirmation cards on your current identity and expect anything magical to change sustainably. You can do little like a step out, a little false hit of happiness, one moment where you're like, oh, did I do that? But then you kind of cower back in. Yep. So we ultimately realized if I can help a woman become different, like leave her emotional addictions and familiarity behind in the old identity and allow her system to feel safe with the emotions of her future. Rewire her level of mind so she can't even think like her old self. Shift her relationship with fear. Pay attention to the language that leaves her lips. And all of these things came together into neuro-identity evolution. And that is really how I became who I am. Yeah. And that's the core of what we teach.
I love this so much. So you just touched on so many little things, big things. You just touched on so many big things. But can you dig a little deeper on like, when you teach someone about their energetic body, about shifting that, about transforming that, where do you even begin with people?
Oh, this is the best question. And the answer is right here.
Right here.
The first step, for everyone, is we have to actually get you back into your body.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
you'll never experience the magnitude, the awesomeness, the potency of your energetics when you're living from the neck up.
Yes.
And everybody lives from the neck up because everybody's experienced trauma. It's not dense or heavy. It just is what is. It disassociated you from your body. You live from your neck up. We overfunction. We overanalyze. We overthink. We beat dead horses, bury them, resurrect them, beat them again. We talk to the people next to us and they're all about the analysis.
Yes.
And all that's doing is keeping you up in your head, because to come back into your body it's an uncomfortable, not painful necessarily, depending on the level of emotion we're processing, but just uncomfortable to come back into a relationship with something that your nervous system pulled you out of as a mechanism of protection and safety, right?
It's
so that's really it. Yeah, go ahead.
It's so fascinating because we're talking about stepping away from the physical body to work on the energetic body, but to actually do that, you have to drop back into the body. Isn't that interesting?
Yes. And what I love about like the way you just frame that is, it's like, if you can be less human, less ego, less separate, less lack, less third dimensional in consciousness, which to rise up in consciousness and be more spirit, energy, and human form, right? Like treat yourself more like that spirit and energy. Then what we realize is the conductor for that, the throughway to all of that frequency and oneness, lives in the body and lives in your connection to the universe or greater intelligence or source, right? The mind should be used very little and only intentionally, right? And the reason why we need to come back into the body is when we're dissociated or disconnected from it, we're sitting on, most women, decades, most people, but I serve women, so I'm just going to talk about it in that context. We're sitting on decades of suppressed and repressed emotion. And when emotion doesn't get processed, it stops in the middle of a stress cycle. And those little stress cycles are stuck all over your body, shrinking your electromagnetic field, removing the ability for your energy body to be precise, potent, clean, right? Like that frequency, like pew, pew, like that. You have such a potential with your frequency. But when our bodies are emotionally congested, it's like someone took a big, dense, black, heavy blanket and just threw it on top. And you'll never make your way into the elevated frequency that you're built for if we don't get into the body and process that stuff out.
So where do we begin? How do we start to process that?
So we start by relating to our body. So let's like just play for a minute together.
Yeah.
And I want to say this. There is nothing complex about reaching your unlimited potential. There is nothing complex about body work and energetic work and rewiring work. It is so simple that your mind avoids the simplicity of it. Because if you like, because what I'm about to show you to do, you're gonna be like, really, Trace? That's it? And I'm gonna be like,
Yeah, I love this though. I love simple because I think so much of my own success is my ability to boil things down and make them like 1 + 1 = 2, and then just go with the simple. I totally agree with this. So I can't wait to hear what else you're saying.
Thank you. But same, I'm the same type of teacher. Let me distill it down. Let me make it so obvious that you're like, honestly, because yes, then you'll do it. Because what works is whatever you will do.
Yes.
What you will practically apply that gives you a new result. So let's just simply start by relating to the body, which can look like put your left hand on your heart, put your right hand on your belly, and bring your elbows in a little so you feel like you're kind of holding yourself, which already feels just like, oh, hi, And if it feels good, close your eyes down. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose and intentionally fill up your belly on the inhale. And hold it at the top. And slowly exhale through the nose. And relaxing your shoulders on the exhale. Let your chair hold more of your body. Taking another deep breath in through the nose. Fill up the belly. Hold it. And slowly exhale through the nose. And just relax your breath. Relax your body. Let your tongue drop in your mouth. Relax your face. And now repeat after me. Hi, body. I love you, body. We're safe, body. I know I left you behind. I didn't mean to. I'm back. It's safe. We're safe. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for carrying me through the world. We're here to do so many amazing things. I love you, body. Thank you, body. And now just take a deep inhale in through the nose. And give me a little audible sigh. And you can open your eyes and come back.
Well, that was yummy. That was amazing.
Thank you. I had to keep myself very present because I could have gone down into that.
Yeah.
We could have been there for like an hour easily.
That was so good. Oh my gosh. And so fast, right? Like it can be that simple to drop in.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the other thing that I think is really cool about the work that, we do collectively. It's instantaneous and cumulative.
Yes.
Right? Which is really cool. Mm-hmm. And you have the shifts and you get that evidence. And then when you're consistent in what I consider being a conscious person, right? Because when you are a conscious person, that means certain things, right? You are now awake. You are aware of self. You are aware of body. You are non-judgmental. You are here to experience whatever presents as the workshop to answer the objective of your soul. Mm-hmm. You're just playing at a different level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So recognizing that it's not, I think what's been interesting about, human growth and spiritual development is there was like a lens of it's got to be big. I have to walk on fire.
Right.
I have to be in like deep process.
Yeah.
Right. And I love all those things. Those are super fun. And without proper integration, they're useless.
Yes. Agreed.
Right.
Totally agreed.
So it's like, who are you showing up as in the micro moments?
Yes.
Every day. And that's the compound work that then you turn around and you're like,
who am I?
Oh my God. Yes. Yes, exactly.
Yes, I totally agree. And I hope that lands for listeners that it doesn't have to be some big thing. I mean, it's the same when we're talking about our physical habits and our spiritual habits, right? It's like, going to train for an ultra marathon run. It's not the answer when you have to lose 20 pounds. Like you might change these micro habits and get the same result, probably much more likely because you're probably going to just throw the towel in on the ultra marathon run idea, right? Like it's too big and too massive. And so that's my experience. I always equate like a 10-minute morning process to, we all understand morning workouts. Like, I'm going to show up for 30 minutes every day and I'm going to lift weights or do my cardio or do whatever. And we understand that that adds up over time. It leads to our physical body. It's the same thing with our spiritual practices. It's like, if you've gone 2 months without it and you wonder why you're responding in a rage, it's like, well, the muscles aren't there, that daily simple practice that just feels easy and good and simple is so important. So important. Yes. Can I ask you, what does your morning kind of time or process look like? Do you have anything specific that you kind of go through in the morning? I know it's different for everyone. Yeah.
So when I'm in an active evolution, right? Because we're always evolving inherently and growing and healing. But what I mean by that is, like, if I'm on a growth edge and I'm really, really actively in my becoming, then I use the process that I teach all of our clients, which is a really beautiful, it's a little bit of tapping. It's some belief rewiring. And then I'm putting on a meditation. It's our meditation. It happens to be my voice. It's got different brain waves in the background. And what the process does is it basically teaches your body to feel safe in your future. And it's visual with your eyes closed, and it's emotional, so that by the time I open my eyes, I feel like I am already her.
Yes.
Right.
And that is the key to manifesting it, right? That is the key that everyone's missing. The key. Yes.
Oh,
so good.
Right. So that's like an active. Yeah,
go ahead.
I was going to say, so that's like the active, if I'm like in it.
Yeah.
Right. Because there are moments where I like to call it, we're intentionally evolving.
Yes.
And then once we're in that version of ourselves, then it's like just safety, integration, chill, enjoy, marinate, like be that for however long. And that could be a year. It could be months. It could be 2 years, whatever is in your, desire and your vision. And then the key thing too, that I get up and I'm like, ooh, I am her. Like, yes. Right. And it's like palpable. Then the other key thing, which we call it the choice method. It's part of our experience at the school. It teaches you how to continuously embody her then with your eyes open all day long, right? Because what often happens is we do these great morning experiences, and at night you might do a really profound meditation or gratitude practice or something. But if you go back to sleep in the 15 hours of the day that you're walking the earth, that's undoing all of the manifestation progress. You know what I mean? Yes. So that's a big, big part too.
Yeah, I love that. So I want to reiterate this for everyone listening. Like so basically what you were saying is when you're evolving, like when you're wanting a different level, when you're desiring, a goal or a manifestation or a new something, you're very consciously doing a certain morning process until you really fully arrive there. And then you're really kind of hardwiring it, because once you arrive, you're hardwiring that daily practice just becomes to be it every day. You're actually living in it. So you're feeling your presence versus feeling your future.
Yes.
Give me a little bit more juicy stuff on this, like what you teach around manifestation, because I think so much is missing, right? I talk a lot about you have to take aligned action. Like you can't just sit on your couch and meditate all day. There's a part of it that requires action. And then obviously what you just shared, like the magic ingredient is that you can't have this feeling that you put out there to the universe of wanting or desire, because then you just get back more want and desire. You have to fully step into that version of yourself that you want to become.
Yes, right? I love you. That is literally, I love you so much, because that is the basis under which I built the School of Becoming. That's all we do. We don't also do strategy and also do things. All we do all day is the science of becoming, because spirituality is science.
Yes.
Also, by the way.
Yes.
Right. So to your point, it's so exciting. And I love also, you said action. It's like, do not swing the pendulum too far And now all of a sudden you think that like, so much rest and so many vision boards and so much meditation is going to miraculously put things at your front door. That's just not what is. Right? There is a gorgeous balance in our feminine and masculine, right? Energetics, not gender, when we're recognizing, and that plays a huge role in manifestation, to your point, because it's like I think of it like this, and I teach it like this. The feminine is our like yearning, juicy heart's desire. Okay. Now let me say this, not desire from wanting to fix a problem or wanting to solve for something that you feel is lacking. This is a big deal. Desire, when you are looking at it from, I want to like not have this in my life. I want to fix this problem. So I really want that. On the emotional vibrational scale is super low, like under neutral. It's like down by like anger, rage, shame in terms of frequency. Desire from like, I know I'm already whole because that's the truth of what is. And I actually need for nothing because I am whole. But you know what would be crazy amazing? What's that kind of desire, right? Like where you're in desire from creation, not desire from survival.
Right.
So I forget where I was going with this, but the feminine,
this
the feminine,
is huge,
masculine.
like you said. This is huge. There's kind of two different levels of desire, and what's interesting is when you just said this higher frequency desire, which is where we want to come from. What also immediately came up for me was sometimes I actually feel guilt when I have that desire, because I think I really truly feel I don't need anything else. I don't, I'm good. Like life is so amazing. And then you're like, but I want this. And then sometimes what can come up is like, ooh, am I asking for too much? Which is interesting.
Totally. And well, what I love about this is you are not your mind. You are the being with a mind, and your thoughts are options, not facts.
Yes.
And when you really understand the biological part of the fact that your nervous system has no desire in you being amazing or having more, and it will always actively do things to try to keep you the same because that's the only way it can perceive safety. That coupled with whatever emotional addictions are in your previous identities, it uses that. And this is like a really important moment. So I'm going to slow it down. It uses its need to keep you the same, coupled with things that have been familiar in your old identities, homeostasis, emotional familiarities. And it goes, haha, I bet I can get Moira to attach to that whole thing about like, who is she to really want more? And like, really, like, shouldn't she just feel a little guilty? Because somewhere in the past versions of you, guilt was familiar.
Yeah. Yep. It was modeled by my mother for sure. Yeah.
Right. But this is huge because this is what makes the work, like, it gets me so jazzed and exciting. And it's so fun. It's so fun to grow like this, because when you can start to connect your own dots and go, oh my God, this makes so much sense. I'm like in this total abundant, detached, wouldn't it be fabulous, impossible dream kind of place. And 17 seconds later, my system is like, offering me a bunch of limitation.
Right.
And then the key is to come into the work so that you know what to do with that.
Yeah.
Because you are not your mind.
Right. I love just the simplicity of what I learned in recovery, which was always first thought, second thought. Because like a lot of times when people get sober newly into recovery, the first thought is, grab the drug, grab the drink, grab the whatever. But I've been sober for 25 years. They say in recovery that we're not responsible for our first thought. It's just that almost animalistic reaction. And so it's like, oh, you just completely just toss it out and go, okay, what do I need to be thinking? Like, let me replace that, So it's a lot of what you're saying. Although sometimes it doesn't happen like that, boom, boom. Sometimes it can happen where we live in that juicy space, like you're saying, and then all of a sudden it creeps in. But gosh, that thought that we want to throw out can come on either side. It can come first or it can come fifth. But we get to choose, right? We get to choose.
That's
powerful.
the thing about that. That's the thing about it. And the thing that excites me the most, that also, once again, goes to so simple, it's laughable.
Yeah.
Like, you are choosing everything.
Yeah.
Like, literally, you are choosing it all. Don't go into self-judgment about it. Don't be mean to yourself listening to me talk. Don't judge me for saying it. Just realize that you are actually a sovereign being that is whole, that has agency, that gets to choose. And that's what power actually is. And when it comes to manifestation, we don't start manifesting. That's the other thing that makes me laugh. We're always manifesting.
Always.
Right? The question is, are you awake and aware and intentional about this level of choice to go, oh, I'm going to go there instead?
Yeah. Yeah. I hope that landed for people. I hope they realize, like, because I think a lot of people, when they start reading manifestation books, they really think like, I'm going to start manifesting for the first time in my life. And I'm like, you've been manifesting since the day you were born. You know, you're just probably manifesting unconsciously, or you're just not aware. You're not aware that you are the creator, the co-creator, as I always like to say. You're the co-creator. And so, it's channeling it and using that God-given power the right way, the way that I believe that God intended us to use it.
I agree. It's like using your power for good.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. So will you give me a glimpse, and my listeners a glimpse, into your school and what that looks like? I would love to hear more about that.
Yes. So the school, my first company was called The Litt Factor, after my last name, which is really my last name. And I always thank my dad because I had nothing to do with it, but it's super cool.
Yes.
So The Litt Factor was born in 2017 after I left that VP of HR job and started the body of work. And then in 2023, I had this incredible clarity, like lightning bolt, that it was time for the work to have a different dress on, right? And really kind of come out into the world a different way. And that's when the concept of the school was born. Number one, because we understand school. We understand we need to go somewhere for higher learning.
Absolutely.
And number two, when I was a little girl, I lived in New Jersey, and I played teacher in the basement of my house so intensely, Moira, that when real live friends, my friend Robin lived down the street, she would come knock on the door and she would say, "Can you play?" And I would say, "I cannot. I'm teaching class. I'll see you another day." Like, that's how obsessed I was.
That is hilarious. I love it. So this was in your bones. This was
destined. It was destined. So the school was born at the end of 2023, and the school is really here to focus on all of the internal levers that you get to pull to both unbecome and become who you're capable of being in the world, which is really the direct version of you that lives in the vision that has not yet made manifest in your third dimensional reality, right? And the work is it's based in your she, right? This she is the version of you that you are becoming. And you get to come in the school with Where She Begins, which is this gorgeous new private podcast experience where I'm speaking right into you. And then we take you in a journey to meet your she. So because your highest self, she's right there.
Yeah.
Like all you need to do is learn how to like tap her a little and develop a clearer channel with her. And when you let her lead, which was my experience of leaving my first relationship with my daughter's father, my she is what pulled me out of that corporate job. When you learn to let her lead, everything changes. And then you get to come deeper into the work through workshops, through the choice method, which is that method that teaches you how to embody your next level with your eyes open all day long. And then the core neuroidentity evolution is called becoming. And it's where you like are actively 90 days. That's when you're in like, okay, it's time. Yeah. We are becoming again. And what I love about that is women come back through it when they need to do it again, right? Yeah. It's not a one and done because it's ing, not ed. It's ing. It's ing. We're in it. We're doing it. We're present. And when we leave our physical body in this lifetime, okay, but then if your soul has more in its objective, it'll keep going in the next lifetime.
I love that.
Thank you. And then finally, we have Becoming Certified, which is our certification, which teaches you neuroidentity evolution. And we give it to you to white label, and people take it to their teams, their communities, their clients. And it's incredible.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And like, I know when I used to lead a high-level mastermind, I just took some time off of it because I'm launching something else. But I can remember the power of the word becoming. I remember working one-on-one with a client in my mastermind that was having a really hard kind of leap of faith into who she was, into this different version that I had her create. And when I simply said the word becoming, I will never forget the phone call from her. She said that changed everything. It changed everything. It was this connection, this bridge, this congruency versus, you're here and you're trying to become this and it's separate from me. And instead it's already there. It's almost a remembering, right? But it's 100%. It's a becoming back is really what it is.
Yes. Yes. And what I love about that is, so that's why we always say it's unbecoming and becoming.
Yes.
Because you have to unbecome the program and unbecome the lies of limitation so that you can go back to the remembrance that you are made of the same thing that the sun and the moon and the stars are made of.
Yeah.
And you've been whole this whole time. It's like you just had amnesia, and you got to come back online and realize that why not you?
Yeah.
Like you are 1 in 400 trillion.
Right.
Like wake up.
Yes.
You have a divine responsibility to do something magnificent with the potential that you've been given. Right. And it's
Absolutely.
it's everything. And it is the way we're going to build the new world. It is the way that we're going to drip something different on our children.
Yeah.
It is the way that we're going to leave our legacies.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So good.
It's amazing.
So good. My friend Kathy Heller says, I remember hearing her say this I'd never heard it before. She's like, you are someone, you are some of the one. And I was like, how have I never heard that before? It's so profound.
I love that can I tell Kathy Heller is one of my closest friends?
Oh, I love that.
I love that you guys know each other.
Yeah.
So great. She's the best.
She is the best. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, one of the best writers, like little Kathy Heller plug here. Just go follow her Instagram. I feel like I open up my Instagram every morning and what she just drops on a little daily basis. I'm like, she is one of the most talented writers of our time, I believe.
I agree.
So,
I agree.
Anyway, Kathy Heller plug. But
yay.
Tracy, thank you so much for your time and your presence and just the work that you're doing for so many people. Is there anything you want to leave us with today?
You are whole. You are love. And it is fully, fully available to you.
Yeah.
You are not separate from it. You are one with it. And when you allow yourself to believe that, the magic starts to unfold.
Yeah. Absolutely. I could not agree with you more. So beautifully said. So beautifully said. Well, listeners, everything Tracy Litt is going to be in the show notes. If you're listening and see this, if it pops up on your Instagram, please share this episode with a friend. Yes. Pay this gift forward, this gift of Tracy. I'm sure that Tracy would love to hear from you on Instagram. I always love when people reach out, DM me once they've kind of just to share what this episode has meant to you. But thank you again, Tracy, for being here so much. And I'm just so grateful to know you.
Thank you. I feel the same. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You guys, we will see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.